Yes, boys, I've returned. And yeah, I know it's been a while. A lot of things have been happening in my life. I have been very busy, so apologies for that. But don't worry, I'm back now. And welcome to another News Daily video. In today's video, I'm going to talk about Aspilicueta, Marcos Alonso, talks that we may be looking for a new shirt sponsor for next season. So this could spell the N for Yokohama. And of course, I'm going to be plugging some of the stuff that I have bought from the club's megastore. And to be honest, you guys, I might get that part out the way right now. Now listen, I'm not trying to say I'm a model. Far from it, in fact. But I think you guys can admit for yourselves that it's not looking too bad. Like the fit, the collar. And I understand that the collar's been very controversial for a lot of people. But as you guys can see it on me yourselves, it's not looking too bad. It's really not looking too bad. You know, what can I say? I guess the fashion shoot does go on. Of course, I had to get the training t-shirt as well. And again, with everything that I've bought, the fit is on point. It's slim fitting, it hugs your figure. And for you guys that love working out, that have big muscles, these clothes are gonna fit perfectly on you. Perfectly on you. Now, I know that you guys have seen me wear this already in a previous video, but I have to be honest. When I saw Frank Lampard wearing this, and yeah, I know, I can't believe I'm making a purchasing decision based on what a manager's wearing. But when I saw this bad boy, I had to get copped. And the sleeves, you guys, you know, I didn't get the vapor stuff. Listen, I'm not trying to lie to myself. My body is not on point. It's not going to look great on me, but I got the normal stuff. And the fit is on point. Like with this one here, it just hugs your arm so nice and well. It's quite slim fitting too. As you guys can see, of course I had to get the tracksuit bottoms as well. But the main reason as to why I do want to get a lot of the shirts for this season is because, you know, this is my job now. I kind of want to wear uniform, I guess. And what better uniform to wear than stuff from the club store. And as I'm telling you guys, if you want to look just as good as me, you'll find the link in the description below. But now that's out the way, you guys, I guess the show must go on. Now moving straight into the first story for today, and yeah, it's quite ironic. I'm wearing Yokohama right here. It's looking like the club are actively looking for new club sponsors for next season. Now, if you guys don't know, we did sign a 5-year deal with Yokohama Tires, and that does expire at the end of this season. Now, at the time we signed it, this deal was lucrative. We made about 200 million over 5 years, getting 40 million per year, and at the time, we had the second biggest kit deal in world football. But as the years go on, things evolve, other clubs caught up, and other clubs got better deals. So it's no surprise now why the club want to try and get a bidding war between companies. Now, this story has been broken by Simon Johnson from the website The Athletic, and he said that we are actively talking to one unnamed company about becoming our potential shirt sponsors. However, this doesn't mean that Yokohama are out the picture. If they're serious, if they want to keep representing us, I guess they'll have to cough up more money. And this is the best position for the club to be in. The more offers, the more money. Now, we can be a little bit hypothetical. I've spoken before about the club's business plan, and I mentioned the fact that the club are actively targeting Asian companies because that's how they want to grow. That's how they want to build. The Asian markets are the new territory right now. And when you look at the previous deals we've signed with companies, for example, Carabao, Hyundai, and Yokohama, and you see just how much excitement comes whenever we play these games in their countries during pre-season, you can see why the club are actively pursuing this type of business model. Could that mean that we see us getting sponsored by a company from Malaysia or Singapore? Who knows? Or maybe we might even see an American company. This could make sense. We've got Christian Pulisic, American boy wonder, one of the best players they produce in how many years right now. And if you're an American company, if you have the possibility to have Christian Pulisic being the face of your marketing campaigns, imagine the possibilities. We know that in America, soccer is getting more popular. But to really drive that interest, to drive customers, and to cultivate more fans, if you had Christian Pulisic being the face of any American company, who knows what could happen, you guys. Honestly, the possibilities are endless. I don't know what happened to my voice then, but you know, this is going to be really interesting. It's going to be really interesting to see how this story develops. But one thing's for sure, when it comes to this club and any type of commercial activities, we're always winning. And in that aspect, I feel very confident about whatever decisions we make. Now, moving on to the second story for today, and is Azpilicueta going to be making a return back to La Liga? Now, this story has been reported by the Daily Express, and they're stating that both Real Sociedad and Athletic Bilbao are both interested in potentially taking Azpilicueta to their respective clubs. Now, Aspi is Basque originally, so it's no surprise why these two teams in particular would be after Azpilicueta. Now, the Express is stating that both teams are willing to offer Aspi a place in their team for next season if Aspi really does lose his place to Reece James. And for me, it does need to happen. It really does, because for the new style of football we're playing, and you guys know me, I'm constantly stressing that depending on the style of football you play, you need to have the correct players, because if you don't have them, then you'll never see the full potential of your system. Now, yeah, I do know that Aspi has signed a new contract not too long ago, but come the next summer window, Aspi is going to have 2 more years left, and he'll be 31 years old. A 31-year-old, 2 years left, you could get some decent money from him, so it wouldn't be too much of a surprise if we did one day sell Azpilicueta. Now that the news is out the way, I'm going to give my thoughts and opinions on this story, and you know what, as a fan base, I think that we all agree that there's great respect for Azpilicueta. He's been with us for so many years, he's been a great servant, he's put in so many top class performances, but with Aspi, as I said earlier, he doesn't suit the system, he doesn't get the best out of it, and in that sense, he is becoming a bottleneck to the team. Still, even though we know Aspi is struggling right now, is that still a good enough reason to sell him? And I say this because football is a squad game. What's wrong with having Aspi as our backup choice right back? With Aspi, we know that he can play left back, central defence as well, and as a right back, he understands the club. He's well respected as well, and on top of that, we have a lot of young players at the team right now, and I can see Aspi acting as a mentor. And I think that as you're transitioning away from the old to the new, you need to have guys like Aspi as part of the squad to help things ticking over and to pass that torch to the new generation. For me, and you know, this is my personal thing, he's been a great servant for us for so many years right now. I don't understand why we as a club, we can't see our legends just retiring with us. It's sad, it's unfortunate. It's the reality of how football is in the modern day times. For me, you guys, I would keep Aspi. For all those reasons I mentioned earlier, I would only accept Aspi getting sold if it was his personal decision. But if it's not, I think that for the team, for the squad, with the direction we're going to right now, it doesn't mean that we cast away all the olds. No, we don't do that. It needs to be an easy process that happens naturally. That transition needs to be as natural as possible if we're going to start winning things early. For me, it's the least we can do when Aspi has been such a great and loyal soldier for this club. Moving on to the final story for today, another story that has been reported by The Athletic. It's not a bad website, you guys, you know, I'll be honest, I did sign up to it, you know, there's a lot of great writers on it like Liam Towney and, you know, Simon Johnson as well. But the report for the day is that we turned down a bid from Atletico Madrid to sign Marcos Alonso. Now, that in itself isn't too much of a surprise. I mean, I did cover the stories as they were being released by the press. We didn't sell to Atletico because we do have a transfer ban. What's the point of having one fit fullback? God forbid, God forbid, if anything happened to Emerson, we'd have to use Marcos Alonso. It's as simple as that. So from a football point of view and a business point of view, it makes a lot of sense. Continuing on, Atletico Madrid did sign Lodi instead, and wow, does this guy look like a player? So for all you fans that have been waiting desperately for Marcos Alonso to leave, it looks like you're going to have to see him for another season. Now, Inter Milan under Antonio Conte have shown a lot of interest in Marcos Alonso, and for me, I wouldn't be surprised to see Marcos Alonso returning back to Serie A. Not only is that going to help him to keep his place as part of the Spain national team, but Antonio Conte played a style of football and he used a system that got the very best out of Marcos Alonso. And this is where I'm going to give my thoughts and opinions on the story. I said it with Aspie, it's the same thing with Marcos Alonso, but the guy just doesn't fully complement Lampard's tactical system. It's as simple as that. It's no surprise why Emerson is currently excelling, and it's no surprise why Alonso can't get himself into the team, and that's because a lot of his characteristics just don't complement what we need. It doesn't. Number one, he's too slow. He can't really beat his man. He requires people to hold the ball in the final third for him to make his runs in the books as well. And I know that for some reason, people that aren't Chelsea fans that think Alonso's an attacking fullback, yeah, I get it. He used to make those runs inside the books, but in Conte's system, where there's not too many players constantly getting inside the box, and on top of that, there's not too many players with height, it makes a lot of sense as to why Marcos Alonso would be needed to move inside the box. But with how we're playing right now, with how the fullbacks need to hold their positions and need to keep that width, Marcos Alonso can't do that. With Marcos Alonso playing a Lamb system where he's going to be by himself without too much support at times, and that the guy has no pace on top of that as well, it's not going to work. It's not. And I'm hoping that we do sell him in the summer. I'm not going to disrespect him. Of course, I have critiqued Marcos Alonso a lot on this channel, but at the same time, and as I've always stressed, there's only so much we can expect from the player. Now, I was told some interesting things that Lampard has been using a back three at times in training, and Marcos Alonso has been used as a defender in that system. Who knows what might happen from there, you guys? Could Lampard be thinking about using a back three at times? I don't know. But I like this use of, trying to think of how to use Marcos Alonso, and I think personally the only way to potentially get anything good from Alonso would be to use him on the left hand side of a back three. We know that Lampard's about adapting to his opponents. He likes to keep things fresh as well. Who knows how the tactics are going to evolve as the season progresses. But for me, I think Alonso's time is clearly up. Obviously respect him, a lot of great moments, of course, the goals against Tottenham as well, they're not going to be forgotten. And for those moments, he's always going to be appreciated. But we're now moving on to a new generation. It's the third one we're entering right now. We used to have the Drogba, Lampard, Terry one back in the day. Then we had the Eden Hazard one. And now it's looking like the academy is the main focus for this new generation. And you guys, I'm all for it. On that note, I'm going to wrap things up and keep things moving. Thank you for watching. Now, as I said, if you want to look as good as me today, you'll find a link to all the club's merch in the description below. And if any of you guys get anything, make sure you comment in the comment section below. As I said, you guys, please like, comment and subscribe. I'm NiniFC. This is Blue Lions TV. Signing out.